This pig was hanged like a human being. You heard that right. Long ago in medieval Europe, justice was not reserved only for humans. It extended even to creatures that could not speak the language of men. From the 13th to the 18th century, across towns and villages, courts were held in which the defendants were pigs, cows, horses, mice, and even insects. To people of that time, this made perfect sense. They believed that all creatures were created by God, and anything living within His order must also be subject to His laws. When an animal attacked and killed a human, it was not considered an accident. It was considered a crime. So the animal was arrested like a real criminal. It was bound, taken to prison, and held until trial. The jailer fed it, and its owner was required to pay the costs, just as if supporting a human prisoner. In 1457, in a village in France, a shocking case took place. A sow and her 6 piglets were accused of killing a young boy. A formal court was convened, complete with a judge, a prosecutor, and even a defense lawyer. The lawyer did not try to save the mother, but instead defended the piglets. He argued that they had merely followed their mother and were too young to understand right and wrong. Amazingly, the court accepted this reasoning. The 6 piglets were acquitted. The mother, considered the principal offender, was sentenced to death. On the day of execution, the sow was dressed in human clothing, led to the town square, and hanged before a silent crowd. No one laughed. No one protested. To them, justice had been done. The order of God had been restored. Not only large animals were put on trial. In another town, an entire colony of mice was summoned for destroying crops. Their lawyer, Bartholomew Chassanet, argued that his clients could not appear in court because cats threatened them along the way. The argument sounded absurd, yet the court found it reasonable. They even ordered the villagers to confine all cats to guarantee legal safety for the defendants, the mice. As for locusts, grasshoppers, and other insects, the church did not hang them. Instead, priests pronounced curses and excommunications, believing that divine authority would drive the swarms away from the fields. Behind these strange trials was more than superstition. They reflected humanity's fear of untamed nature, of death, and of chaos. By putting animals on trial, people believed they were turning disorder into order, turning tragedy into a story with a cause, a culprit, and a sentence. Today, we may see these trials as absurd or even cruel. But ask yourself, if you lived in an age without science, where plague, famine, and death were constant companions, would you also believe that every disaster must have a guilty party so the world could still make sense? So what do you think? Should animals be held responsible for their actions? Or was it humanity, driven by fear and the desire to control nature, that created these extraordinary courts? Share your thoughts in the comments. Would you stand with the justice of the Middle Ages or with the reason of the modern world?